lovelies. So today is our final day of Torrin tries other tutorialist hairstyles. Today we are going to do Habioku's Treble Clef Bun. On the scale of is this easy or hard, this is actually pretty easy. It's basically a fancy Cinnabon. However, it is made completely opposite to the way I usually make my buns. So I actually have to think when I make it. Which we will get right into. So yeah, two things today. One, I'm going to make it the correct way, the way Habioku does. And then I'm going to make it in the direction I usually make it. As in, Habioku twists all of her hair clockwise. I make all of my buns counterclockwise. So this is opposite for me. I don't know. It's just the way things are. So all we need is one stick. This is a one stick bun, which is nice. It's also really a pretty bun. If you're into music at all, either play it or just enjoy it or just are like, hey, I like the look of a treble clef. Hey, you might like this bun. So please don't laugh at me while I try and figure this out. So usually at this point I would start spinning this way because that's how I make a bun. However, we're going to do this correctly, so I got to spin this way, which is really weird for me. It feels very odd. I guess it's kind of like waking up and having to use your left hand when you've been right-handed your whole life, or vice versa. So, okay, there we go. So we're going to start by making a Cinnabon. So the first loop, like so. If you do not have as much hair as I do, you're not going to have to go around the second time. So just stop here a minute and let me get my second loop going. Ting, 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 ting. Here's my second loop. Okay, now we're going to take this hand, just kind of do this number, and make this loop go up and around our hand here. And then all the rest of the hair is getting tucked underneath the other loops, all around the base, like so. Yay! And then this top loop that we made, we need to twist to the right, like so. Dun, dun, dun. I think one of my tails is taken out, I can't tell. And then put in our stick. Flip to the front. And then this goes straight down, and we should have a treble clef. So let's see if it looks like that. Sort of. Not awesome. My bun is sticking out really far. So let me see if I can take another whack at that. I'm actually going to try it twisting my normal way to see if I can do a better job, because it is really, really weird to twist it opposite. I think we can still do it, but let's see. So twisting my normal way should be a little easier for me, just for the simple fact that it feels better. For me, I'm trying not to twist too tight. Yeah, like so. And then see if we can still get the treble clef on the right side, even if we're doing it the wrong way. Just got to make sure it's tight around that base. And then give this a twist, right? Let's see. Let's see. Does it look like a treble clef? I can't tell. I can't see anything, you guys. I can see that my ends aren't tucked in, though. Okay. We're up. I don't know. It still sort of looks like a treble clef, even though we did it the opposite way. Yeah. Mine sticks out really far. I think this one is going to be a great one for you gals that have like a foot less hair than I do, so that instead of having to do so many loops down here, you only have, you know, kind of like one and then a second. Let's see if I can get it flatter. See, this is why it's Torrin Tries and not just this is how you do that. Okay, let's start lower. And I'm not going to turn around this time. I want to be able to watch myself. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense because you're looking at me going, you can't see anything. Oh, but I can. I can see a little better anyway. Alright. Let's try and keep this flatter and bigger. Whoop. Not quite. Come on. Let's just hold that there. Alright. Now we'll just put that underneath. Give this a little twist. Like so. Let's see if that is better. Well, it feels better on my head. Oh, that is much better. However, you can see how it's still kind of treble clefy, but since we are doing it backwards, we don't get quite the same prettiness as the other one. So I'm going to try one more time doing it the proper way. I'll just clip ahead for that one. And try and do it nice and slow and see if I can do it, because it's hard for me to talk and do things at the same time. I am not the world's greatest multitasker, so give me a second and we'll see if doing it the proper way I can get a better look. Alright, by going very slowly, I think it looks a little more like a treble clef from certain angles. Like, yeah. My biggest problem though, quite frankly, is that it sticks out so far, and this was even trying to make it less sticky outy. This one's just a tough one with extra hair. It is still doable. However, it would be much better if I had about this much left hair, foot and a half. It would look awesome. So this is homework for my girls that are around. I'm going to go BSL to waist length. Send me pictures of your Treble Clef Bun because I'm curious to see how it looks. As always, the link to Habioku's original is going to be down here. It is the one I followed, at least for the correct way. I tried it my way. It was somewhat successful. It held and it felt comfortable. However, didn't quite look like a treble clef because of the way I had to go about doing the hair since I was doing it backwards. So, any hoodles, I would say this was a somewhat successful hairstyle. I mean, it's totally doable. Not that it isn't a good hairstyle. It's just that this is one that, alas, I believe I have outgrown, which makes me sad. So, well, such is life. You notice I'm just going to throw it up in a nautilus because I have stuff to do. So, any hoodles, thanks for trying all of these this month with me. We'll probably revisit this at some time. Try out some other styles from our fellow tutorialists and see how we do. I know it's not always easy following hairstyles of some people. Even people that I've done tons of their hairstyles and they've all turned out perfectly. Every now and then my skills just aren't up to it. Or my hair just doesn't cooperate with that particular style or whatever is going on that day. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not feeling it. But it's always good to try new things. And it is always good to experiment, because even though I fail a lot, sometimes in the failing, I end up learning a new technique or creating a completely different hairstyle because I can, because something went wrong with what I was trying to do, but hey, look, I figured out something. This seems cool. So yeah. So we tried 3 this month. We ended up with 3 hairstyles, all different. One of them turned out exactly like the original, and the other 2, we still got some pretty cute hairstyles out of them. So hey, that's what matters. So I will see you tomorrow with a pinless bun sent in by my friend Kirsten. She actually, you know, because they say the Nautilus is a pinless bun and it'll hold. Mine doesn't hold very long. She actually figured one out that'll hold. It's kind of amazing, and it works, although, fair warning, it barely works for me because I have just enough hair to make it work. Yeah. At least the thickness to length ratio. Mine just works. So, if you have less hair than me, but it's thinner, you'll be okay. But if you have less hair than me and it's thicker, it's not going to work. Or if your hair is the exact same length as mine and it's thicker, it's not going to work. But if it's thinner, you shouldn't have a problem. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, any hoodles. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.